Happy New Year, everyone. Hello, my beautiful Facebook friends. What time is it? My gosh. 2:30. 2:35. 2:35 in California. Uh-huh. Yep, we got some sun. After all this rain and snow, it's going to be an amazing spring. I am so excited about our spring because you know what happens when it rains? We get these beautiful wildflowers everywhere on the trails where I love to go, and I cannot wait to see that. So we had to endure all this rain, headed towards in between the holidays, we had all this rain and it was cold. My dog didn't want to go outside, and especially in the snow, you guys don't even know what we had to endure so we can get these beautiful wildflowers in the spring. So if you are planning a trip to California, definitely come to look at our wildflowers. It's going to be absolutely stunning, absolutely beautiful, absolutely gorgeous, and I cannot wait. So I'm just waiting for people to tune in. We haven't done lives for quite some time. I'm trying my best. We are just so super busy with everything that we are doing. And I will be stressing this to all of you that are kind of down and are kind of frustrated with the system. One of my clients told me the other day, how he's frustrated with what's happening with our country and the world and everything. And what I explained to him was that he's actually frustrated with himself because he's not doing anything. He's not doing the things that he wants to be doing. He's not liberating himself. And this is why he is frustrated. So it's always reflecting, what we are is what we are reflecting on the world. That's what we see in the world. And so I told him, I said, listen, and it's so funny because most people are kind of looking on the external, right? We've been taught that, hey, it's the people out there, it's the government, it's the health agency, it's all these people out there that are supposed to bring us the solutions, and everyone is kind of just sitting and waiting. And we've seen it through the elections and everything. And guys, I want you to know that all this has happened for us. So we can finally see the truth, what has happened with our system, that people fell asleep behind the steering wheel, right? And this is why I'm so super excited about 2022, because we've uncovered and exposed all these lies and deception and corruption and fraud that, the people who cannot see it, well, they deserve it. Literally, they deserve it. And you know that with me, I'm done sugarcoating. I really, one thing I want all of you to know, that I love you very much. I really do. I really do. I love you all from the bottom of my heart. Even the people who disagree with me, who love to troll on my page, which I really find fascinating. I really find fascinating that so many people troll on my page, that they don't agree with anything I say. They find always something wrong with me, if I have a wrinkle or I have this or that, they will just try anything to discredit me, right? And listen, guys, when we were going through some of the turbulent times, there were things that we didn't know. And so we were making statements based on the best knowledge we had. And then we learned new things, and it was crazy, right? Throughout the election times and going into January and all that stuff. So we were all kind of sitting tight, right? And one thing I want to say is that I'm not political. I don't care about the right or the left, because there is no right or left wing. It all belongs to the same bird. And you guys need to wake up. Who is not awakened to that base, fundamental truth, yeah, you will just be swept by the narrative. And let me tell you, the narrative is not looking pretty. I came from communism. I know what they are doing. They've been here for a very long time. So anyway, all for you, all the trolls and all the haters out here. I love you too. I really do. Because what you are doing is you are actually reading the stuff, right? You are reading the stuff. But one thing what I will not be doing is arguing people who are just basing stuff from someone, a man on TV. A man on TV came up, right, and said something. And we have to question why so many doctors have been censored, why so many experts were not able to express their discovery, their knowing, their expertise. Like, do we ever question that? Like, why is that happening, right? So I think that's pretty amazing that this whole last year, 2021, we were exposed to it. We were able to see it, like all the lies. And I came to that point very long time ago that like the TV has nothing, absolutely nothing, zero nudge to offer to me, because it's all fabricated lies, hype, fear, you name it. And what I've discovered was that it was bringing me down. It was really bringing me down. It was sucking my energy out. It was literally the I call them energy vampire. TV is literally the energy vampire. That's you have to say, even they are telling you everything, guys. They are telling you everything. This is the most fascinating thing. They are putting everything in a plain sight, right? Television. They are telling a vision. They are giving you the narrative, and then they get people in white coats, on the TV, and they are using all these fancy words and terminologies. And now it's the truth, right? It doesn't matter what they say, but I call them expert. They are literally spurting just stuff out of their mouth because it's a script. Guys, you have to know that anyone on a TV has a script, okay? And if you look down through the history, right, you have to follow the money. Who owns the mainstream media? It's this is all part of the plan. So if you want to be empowered, if you want to be positive, if you want to really thrive in this life and enjoy this life, enjoy this amazing journey we got on, right? You need to turn the box off. You literally have to turn that box off, the television box, and you will be saving a lot of money. Because most of you, I bet, have TV programming, right? Think about that. It's programming your mind. Your most powerful, I call it CPU, the central processing unit that you own. It's literally programming you. And so these programs then run you. And all of these programs are fear-based. They are low vibrational energy information. And the way how the mind works, and these human engineers, these zookeepers, these slave masters know all of this, okay? This is why you are not taught self-mastery. This is why you are not taught neuroscience in school, because they don't want you to know it. They don't want you to be in charge of this the most powerful tool, the most powerful computer you will ever own. Guys, if you really knew the power you have and how you can really create the reality you want to experience, you would be blown away. You would be blown away how powerful you truly are. But because these slave masters know this secret, this well-kept secret that's been hidden from humanity for centuries, of course they don't want you to know that. Can you imagine that we would have a society where people would be actually empowered. Can you imagine that we would have schools where kids would be taught how special they are, how unique they are, right? That you would be taught, that you are this magnificent, special, the most incredible creation that was created. There's not another you, right? And really building you up and empowering you in all the special talents and skills you have, and showing you the power you have, and that you are the creator of your reality that you want to experience, that you are, to show you how you can be in charge of your thoughts, feelings, and emotions. Because this is like always, I love when people say, well, Lenka, you've hurt my feelings. I'm like, really? Really? I hurt your feelings? How could I possibly hurt your feelings if those feelings are yours? Huh? Yeah, that's right. I have special powers because I decide how you feel. Yeah, think about that, right? Isn't that special power? Yeah. So this is, guys, neuroscience. Because if you are not in charge of this guy up here, which is, the people do not know that there are 3 sets of the mind, and the mind is the brain power in motion, right? When the brain is actually activated and it's working. And because it's like this powerful computer, and because these zookeepers and these slave masters know this, they put a lot of programs in your mind here that's now running you on fear, and is making you dependent, is making you to kind of, be powerless and waiting always on the external, waiting for someone else, to fix the world and fix the society. And they always make you feel like, there's really nothing you can do. Yeah, there's absolutely nothing you can do. You cannot even imagine how many times I hear that from people. And you know what I tell them? I'm like, that's wrong. You just don't realize how powerful you really are because you haven't stepped into your true power, because you've been hidden from the truth. You've been hidden from the secrets. And what I want you to know is that the future belongs to us. Totally, right? So when we turn off that negative box that's telling a vision, the television, right? And the TV programming that's always programming you. Like how, oh my gosh, we have this virus, right? Oh my gosh. And you need to put a diaper on your face so you protect yourself from this vicious virus. But when you take a drink, when you pull it down or you take a bite, the virus stops, right? Or when you go to Costco and everyone is together, or when you are on the plane, right? It's perfectly fine. And because we really care about you. We so much care about you because, your health and prosperity and vitality is our number one goal. If that was so, right, wouldn't they be teaching you how to really be empowered? Wouldn't they be teaching you how to be your own doctor, how to build strong immune system, and how to use food as medicine? And, I know from my own experience. So anything I'm always talking about is I've done that. I was a very sick kid. I was born handicapped. I was constantly struggling with diseases that built into really catastrophic, amounts of pain and suffering. And I had to wake up. And I said, okay, I'm not doing this anymore. all right? Because you people in the white coats, you are just not making sense anymore, because you are just prescribing drugs to me, and you are basically telling me that I was born sick, and that's basically my future, and it just was not resonating with me. And so I started to, seek the truth. I started to dig, right? Because, guys, one thing I want you to know is, if something is not making sense, your higher intelligence is speaking to you. It's the intuition, it's the gut feeling, like it is not right. But the problem is that most people do not want to listen to it. They don't want to hear that inner voice, that infinite wisdom that we've been equipped with. You know how I know is because we all have it. We all have it. But we then get, that voice gets shut down because of the programming, of all the other people in our life, all the doctors and all the experts and the politicians and the people in power, like telling you different things. And so you shut down that higher intelligence, this powerful knowing of all there is, because we are all connected to it. Okay? We are all connected because we came from there. We came from the source. We came from the creator, from God, however you call it. Wherever you came from the same. Okay? You came from the same, and so you are equipped. You are equipped with that connection to that creator. And that's where the wisdom, that's where the infinite wisdom, this powerful knowing, this higher intelligence is coming from, and is within us. It's within us. And we need to learn how to listen to it, how to become confident with it. And that's a special quality, where you just stop having doubts and you just listen to it, what it's telling you, because it's always telling you the truth. No matter if you like it, or if it's convenient, or if it fits the society rules and conditions and terms and how things should be and shouldn't be. This is, guys, the problem. This is the problem. Most of the people, you guys have too much noise up here, okay? There is too much noise up here. We are not connected to here. We are not connected to our powerful heart. And then it's like confusion, right? Confusion, separation, and fighting. And this is what the masters love. They love division. Like how many times have we said it? Divide and conquer, right? They want us separated. And now what they've done in 2021 is even more separation, right? Before it had been separated on the on the political level, right? We've been separated on the color, on religion, on social status, you name it, right? Everything is about division. This is how the zookeepers, the slave masters, the puppet masters, the human engineers, this is how they keep the masses under control. Because can you guys imagine that everyone would actually wake up and step into their power and became self-managed and self-governed, and realize that, wow, I can actually go and create, and I don't need someone's permission. See, anytime we apply, let me use that word, okay? Whenever we apply for license, for registration, for permit, you know what you are doing? You are begging for privilege, because you are waiving your unalienable right. Yes. Can you imagine that they would tell you that? Oh, you want to start a business? Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, like you have the right to life, liberty, and property. Guess what the right to life means? It means that you have the right to make a living so you can sustain life. for yourself, for your kids, for your family, to support yourself. See, this is beautiful about nature. Nature has been my best teacher because the nature teaches you everything. Like, do you ever wonder like the animals in the wild, right? Like I don't know, just birds in your backyard. Like do they have to go to someone like higher authority and apply for a license to go to hunt for the insects? Yeah. Like, do they have the birds in your backyard? Like, I really want all of you to go and check. Okay, it's an assignment. Go and check if the birds have, like by their nest, if they have like a display, like a business license, like yeah, I am in business of hunting for insects, so I can feed my family. And maybe some birds, some birds might be hunting for other birds, and then selling it to those birds who maybe are collecting the sticks and stuff to make like nests. Yeah, I bet that they work together. I bet you that they work together. Yeah, check on that too. Check on that if the animals in the nature, if they work together or if they are at war with each other. Like the birds, of America being at a war with the birds of Canada or of China or, Argentina or anywhere else. Yeah, that's an assignment. Go to check on that. And also make sure that you check for their licensing. See if they have a business license, if they have a registration for their flights. Like the birds are making flights, right? Like when they wake up in the morning, they have to fly to certain destinations. Yeah, let's make sure that they have, let's call it the right to travel. That they are registered, and that they have a plate, that they have a license plate, so they can travel from point A to point B with some higher authority, right? Like, and who would that be? I guess that would be the universe, the universal government, right? That provides for all this thing called life, right? And guess what? I have a big secret to reveal to you. We humans are part of this phenomenon. That's right. We already have a governance in place through our Creator, through the all there is, through the universe and the cosmos and beyond, okay? That's the true governance that created all of this, that provided for everything we need to eat, to breathe, to function, to be happy, to make offsprings, to travel, to do everything. So isn't it interesting that a group of men and women, when I say man, I mean like mankind, got together and said, well, you know what? We are going to control all these little people. Yeah, all these little people. And what we are going to do, we are going to strip them first of their power. So they don't know that they are connected to the same Creator. We will strip them of that power. So we will literally get them on their knees, okay? And we will make them pray and worship some higher authority. And we will tell them what to think, where the faith comes from. And and we are going to control them through fear. This is, guys, how it's done. Okay, it's not that difficult to actually see the game, okay, what they are playing. And once you know the rules of the play of the slave masters, the zookeepers, the puppet masters. Guys, but you know what you will say? If you have any bit of intelligence, which I know that you do, you all do, but some of you just haven't been exercising it, okay? So this is why 2022 is super exciting. So if you really activate that intelligence in here, okay, you quiet the noise, you start seeing through that cloud, okay, through that haze, okay, and you will see, why do I need a babysitter? Like seriously, like I don't know about you, but I know I don't need babysitter. I'm pretty adult. I'm pretty, self sufficient. Like here, like I know how to make living. I know how to provide for myself and my kids and everyone who needs me. I don't need a babysitter. I don't need another man to govern. The universe is pretty powerful, guys. You need to check on that. The universe and the cosmos and the beyond is pretty darn powerful. And you know how you know? How you test it? When some catastrophe happens, like a hurricane or a flooding or an earthquake. Yeah, here in California. We had some earthquakes. We actually didn't have some for quite some time. Not that I'm but they are kind of shaky, okay? You cannot be shaky. You guys cannot be shaky, okay? Because these earthquakes are freaking powerful. And let me tell you, when they happen, you know what we should do? We should call the health officer, the board of supervisors, and tell them, guys, stop this because you are in power. Why are you shaking this earth? Why are you shaking this earth? Or why don't you stop the flooding? Why don't you stop the drought? Why don't you stop? Did you see my videos from last week, the snow? Guys, there were days I couldn't get out of the house. I should have called the board of supervisors and tell them, listen, guys, since you are the highest power and the governance, you need to put stop to it because it's going to cost a lot of money to clean out all the snow. People cannot go anywhere. There will be accidents. Guess what? They can't. They can't stop it because they are all fake. It's all fake. It's their powers, all of these people, actually, guys, I want you to know, once you really press on them, and once you start exposing the fraud, the lies and deceit, and you are showing the career criminals that they truly are, because they took an oath of office, okay? Guess how big they are? These little guys, like tiny little ones, okay? Because I tell you why. Because truth is so much more powerful energy than anything else. Truth is at very high vibrational energy, okay, than any lie. And you know it. You know when someone is lying to you. When they are not telling you the truth, you just know it. It doesn't feel right. It doesn't resonate with you. When there is something of truth, right, you know it. It has completely different vibe. And this is it. So they fear you. These career criminals in politics, they fear you. It's literally the Wizard of Oz, okay? At the end, when they pull the curtain and they see this tiny little guy just working, the buttons and all of the, steering and all that stuff. This is it. Because it's a very small percentage of people, okay? Very small percentage of people that is trying to control the masses, the millions, the billions, okay? And so humanity is waking up and it cannot be stopped, okay? This is not because I said so or someone said so. It's a fact. We've entered into an era where the human soul is waking up. We are waking up into the universal truth to where we came from. And when you know where you came from, there is no higher authority than that. If you came from your Creator, if you came from God, if you came from the all there is, the great divine, however you define it, I don't want you to get stuck on your beliefs, okay? But there is this higher power that you came from. And you will know that there is no man or woman above you, right? And so now you know you are the authority. That's it. That's it. When you know where you came from, now you know who you are, that you are the authority. And what did man do? Man created government, right? But first what they did, they created also a set of rules, a contract for the people that they put in the man-made government, okay? And that's called the Constitution. So the Constitution is not above you, it's below you. You are not even part to the Constitution. And that goes for everyone around the world, okay? So this is not only in America. The only thing and the advantage we have here in America is that we still have the Constitution somewhat active. And it is up to us, we the people, to really bring it forward, to bring it to the light, and hold every single public servant accountable and responsible to that contract. Okay? Because that contract was created by the man that came from the Creator to ensure that the public servants, that the people that we elected or appointed to all these positions, that we keep them, that their authority is limited, and that they know where they belong. What does it mean, servant? Servant is someone who is serving another. And public servant, that's exactly what they are. They are people, you know, the most perfect public servant is someone who already accomplished in life, right? Who already made it in life. Who already secured himself or herself in life and now wants to go and wants to serve others. That's what true public servant is about. A man or woman who takes honor in serving others, in helping others, in empowering others, because they already realize that they have enough, which is not an easy thing to do. Right? Because the society will always make you feel that you need more, you need to accomplish more, you need more money, you need bigger house, you need better car, you need right? And when you come to a realization that you have enough, that it's not all about you, right? Because there is always more to accomplish and gather, and then you look at people's houses, right? And they open a garage and it's filled up with junk. Or I know people where they have bank accounts full of numbers, like they are going to take any of that with them, right? And they are just the poorest people I know, because all they have is their money, right? And they are self-centered, right? And they just kind of go through life, right, repeating year after year, and then they die. Yeah, great life. So there are people who realize, who have awakened, right, that, hey, if I have food on my table, if I have nice roof above my head, and if, I have water and I have air, I have plenty, I have enough, right? And now I can go and I can do something for others. And when I say others, most people think, oh yeah, like for their friends and immediate families. No. These are kind of people who actually want to serve, our country, want to serve, the community, the people around. Because, guys, what I want you to know and realize is that we have so much freedom still in America, but we have to act on it very, very fast, because we have to fix America first, and then we will help the rest of the world. Don't you love the idea that you can be so free that you don't need any licensing and permissions and permits, that you don't owe anything to the government or these public servants? Why do you think that they all are rushing to be in the politics? Why do you think that? Because they don't have to produce anything. They don't have to do anything. All they do is boss you guys around. And they get paid incredible money for it. Like some of these, have you ever seen a politician going into politics and not becoming like a multimillionaire? Like, look at all of them. Okay? Have you ever noticed, like how secure they are in their nice, comfortable offices there, air conditioned or warmed, and then they line you all up outside, like to come and speak at their board of supervisors meeting. That always was fascinating me. It was always fascinating. I'm like, okay, like, who are we now? Like, who are we? Did we like flip this whole thing? This whole hierarchy? Like, is it now upside down? Like that we actually serve them? Because that's exactly, guys, what happened. We are now serving them. Okay? And through extortion, this is how they afford to, the wonderful offices and the $300,000 plus salaries a year. Now think about it. Think about that fact alone. How many of you make 300 grand a year? Do you know that they were even closed yesterday, Friday? Yeah, that's right. I actually had some business. I had to go to meet Mr. City of San Clemente, who gave me that ticket, and they are not budging. And guess what? They were closed. And then I went to a supermarket because we made this amazing feast and celebration. And guess what? The supermarket was open. All these people were working there. Of course, muzzled. Frustrating. Ugh, gives me chills. And then I talked to the guy, the cashier. You know what he told me? That he was working till, what did he say? 8 p.m. And then his next shift was starting at 4 a.m. in the morning today. Do you think he's making $300,000 a year? Do you think? Yeah, I want to just answer my question. I want you to tell me if the cashier at the supermarket that's working, on the holiday and has like only a few hours, and then he's back at 4 a.m. in the morning, if he's making like these public servants are making. And guess who is paying them? This man is paying them. And all of us are paying them. So they can extort us. They can police us, they can harass us, they can manipulate us. Oh, I love the system. This is, guys, you have to give it to the zookeepers and the puppet masters. You have to really give it to them. They created an amazing, you know what I call it? It's the free range humans in a tax farm. Yeah, that's what they created. They created this tax farm, okay, with all the rules and the codes and the statutes and requirements and orders. And now, everyone is inside this tax farm, and they will tell you, oh yeah, you are free. Oh, you are totally free. But deep down, I'm not really free. Like what are they talking about? Like I'm not really free. They still want taxes from me, and they want all of this and permissions and licenses and permits, and now all of this. Like I really feel for the small business owners. I really do, because I once was one. I had a retail store. I had two retail centers, and it was nightmare just to employ people and make everything running and the marketing and everything. And that was pre the virus scamdemic. I cannot even imagine how people are managing now, because it's just crazy. It's crazy. So what I want to say is that 2022, these powerful energies have been coming at us, and it will literally be pushing all of you to start seeing the truth, the fraud, the everything that they pulled over our eyes. And believe me, once you enter the rabbit hole, it goes very deep. Like, you will not believe. You will not believe. That's why I spent 20 years studying this and connecting dots and researching and traveling the world and observing different regimes and political systems and then connecting everything together, so I can make sense of it in my mind, so I can create a path, so I can enslave and then help others to enslave, because that's the solution. That's the solution. Because the circus can only function, and the clowns can be performing only when people go to the circus. So when you stop going to the circus, guess what? The circus can no longer exist. The clowns have no one to perform for. This is how you have to think. So 2022 is a year of enslavement. I don't know about you, but I really didn't enjoy being the free range human on their tax farm. I always knew it was wrong. I was like, yeah, listen, the birds in my backyard, like, where did they get the right to live freely and provide for their families and just live? And why don't we have the same right? Well, we do. And now we know. Now we know that we do. Because, my beautiful friends, I tell you, one of the biggest breakthrough that you will be learning if you keep listening and you keep digesting this information is that everything has been done through voluntary compliance. Yeah, that's right. Like, when you see those people, they really fascinate me. Like the people who are traveling in their automobiles by themselves wearing the muzzle. And it is a muzzle, okay? It is a muzzle. If you really follow it and you know that it goes back to 25,000 years ago, it was invented by the Arabs as a psychological tool of oppression. Like yesterday when I was in the store and I was talking with the cashier and his assistant, like you could see in their eyes how suppressed and oppressed they feel. They're already working freaking hard, right? And now they are being coerced to even, block their breathways. And so it fascinates me when people are in such a conditioned compliance that I guess it's easier just to put it on first thing in the morning. Or maybe they even sleep in it. How about that? I didn't think about that. Maybe these people already sleep in it. Like I always wonder if they wear condom too, if they are alone in the bed, like these drivers with their muzzles on when they are just alone in their cars. Yeah, yeah, I really wonder if they to ensure that they take all the precautions, of life, because life is very dangerous. It's dangerous, right? So it's all done through voluntary compliance. These people are volunteering because there is no mask law, right? There is actually, if you start looking, there is no tax law. There is no speeding law. There is no, business law or any of that. It's just codes, statutes, orders, ordinances. And what you will learn through that is that these puppet masters, these human engineers, they were very clever. They created two societies. They created a legal system, okay? A legal system is, and they created this new version of people, which is no longer, so when we were saying about the hierarchy, right, like you came from your creator, so you are the authority. Below is the constitution, which is your tool. That's a contract with your public servant that are part of the government, right, which was put in place to make sure that your freedoms and personal liberties are not trespassed on, that are not violated, right? But then they created this legal society through all their frauds and bankruptcies and everything they've done, and they created a new version, which is called the U.S. citizen, right? And that U.S. citizen is no longer creation of your creator, of the great divine, but it's a creation of the government. And if you do not know how to unplug yourself from that, this is how they will be treating you. And this is what they've been doing. This is why, you know that it's wrong, right? But you don't know what they did to you, to your identity. They literally created a person from you. A person in their legal society means corporate fictitious legal entity. And that person, that U.S. citizen, doesn't have the same rights like the one who is right underneath the creator, because that's authority. That's one of we the people. U.S. citizen is creation of the government. And that creation of government has only privileges. And that U.S. citizen is subject to all the rules and statutes and codes and licenses and permissions and you name it, because you are their subject. You are the word of the state. And of course, they never tell you. They don't teach this kids in school because they don't want you to know this. Because if you knew this, their game would be over. Their game would be over, right? And so as you keep learning and you start asking questions and you start unplugging from the system and building the courage to say, that's right. That's right. I have right to life. I have right to liberty. And I have right to property. Like the same thing with the property taxes. And I will be speaking of that. I will be doing a very detailed video. It's like, since ever I was wondering, where did the government buy the land from? Where did they buy it from? So I have to be paying taxes to them. Like, where? Like, God? Where? And no one could give me the right answer. And this is what I mean, guys. Just because someone sends you a bill and uses all kinds of frauds on it, now it's like you just comply. Well, that's what we've been taught, right? That we just comply. It's like the same thing with the muzzles, with the mask. And this is the great, I'm actually so glad that it happened. Because if it wasn't so obvious, no one would believe me, because I was speaking on this for, my gosh, the past 20 years. And no one wanted to listen, right? Because life was good. But now it's getting into the final execution state. And now we can see all the fraud and everything they've been doing, like in a plain sight, right? Like, I've made so many posts saying that, like they would put these stands at, it was Laguna Beach and other beaches, saying, you are required to wear a mask. It's the law. I'm like, really? Show me the law. What law? Like, because someone acting as governor decided, oh yeah, I'm going to make recommendations, for people because I really care about them, right? Because like I really care about their health and well-being, and I'm going to make suggestion. Well, suggestions, orders, and ordinances and codes are not the law. It is not. It is not. And it's the same thing with all these other things in our life. So, my beautiful friends, we are going to rock this. 2022 is going to be an amazing year. I already see it. Like last year, we've made so much progress. We've done so many amazing things, and we were just warming up. And I cannot tell you how super encouraging and exciting it really is when you step into your power, when you unplug from the system of that oppression and the dark matrix where people are bossing you around. Like, I don't know about you. I don't like to be bossed around. I really don't. And my message to them is very simple. Listen, I am woman of honor. I know the difference between right and wrong. I have a compass right here in my heart, okay? I know that I shall not hurt another man, another woman, another soul, another animal, another being, another anything. I shall not hurt their property. I shall not trespass on their rights, right? And beyond that, I'm free. I'm free to go. I'm free to do. I'm free to live. I'm free to manifest. I'm free to create. I'm free to do. I'm free to be. And I don't need anyone to babysit me, period. And I don't like anyone to boss me around. I just don't. All I'm saying is, don't trespass into my space. You will not hear from me. It's very simple. But when you start trespassing into my space, when you are going to be harassing me on the roads, okay, on my property, or trying to extort me, that's not going to go well. All right? Because I'm going to go right after you, Mr. Public Servant. And I'm going to hold you accountable. I'm going to hold you responsible for all your crimes and all your frauds, because people are waking up. People are waking up. And you, my beautiful friends, need to join us. Because that's where the power is. That's where the solution is. And not everyone will make it, right? Because what did we say last year? That the earth is literally splitting. We have now two camps. We have the camp where millions are dying from this virus that's been never purified and isolated. And basically, it's just cold and flu. It's the exosomes that the body releases when you are not taking care of your body, and then you will have the camp of the empowered people who can no longer be bossed around, manipulated, controlled through fear, and who will be having a great time. That's right. We are having so much great time, and we are having freedom. We are having personal liberties, and we are learning that we don't need them. We don't need them. So this is really a shift. It's an ascension. It's an ascension to that higher frequency reality that we are all creating. And you decide where you want to function. You want to function in the matrix, and you want to be like, living under the codes and statutes and the ordinances. Well, it's pretty dark place, I can tell you that, because they've created it that way, to be confusing, to be difficult to understand. This is why they always want you to hire an attorney for all your legal problems. So you basically would, from the start go, surrender your rights, surrender your power, and those attorneys are going to keep you stuck in the matrix under the code, statutes, and the ordinances. And that's how they designed it. So my beautiful friends, super exciting future for all of you who are just sick and tired. Who are just sick and tired of this confusion and this insanity and this power control. Like, Jesus, like, give me a break. Aren't you guys exhausted and tired? You need to join us. So just remember, it's super easy, and all you have to do is decide. You have to decide. You have to say no. You have to research, and you need to join us, okay? Because we are going high. We are rising higher. We are having great time. And let me tell you, freedom has never felt any better. And freedom is really the true wealth, your freedom to your body, your freedom to be free, your freedom to move, your freedom to life, liberty, and property just feels really awesome. Because you have to ask yourself, who owns you, right? Who owns you? Does anyone own you? Do you have to get permission from someone to do something? Do you have to explain to them and allow them to manipulate you and control you? Or are you free? Are you free like the bird to fly? Because if you like that idea, let me tell you, the sky is unlimited, and that's where we are headed. Sending much love.